Hello survivors, welcome to a brand new Soulstone survivor video. Today we are playing the engineer. I've got a very exciting build for you. It is only possible thanks to the new Fellipox Titan, giving us the passive that increases the impact damage of skills or increasing the potency of impact. So today we're going to be in the engineer. We are going to be looking at his guided missiles, which gives us aptitude as well as impactful. Again, impactful is direct damage caused by the skills increased by up to 100% based on how close the target is to the point of impact. Point of impact, I mean, it's a guided missile. Does that not mean that it's always going to be 100% based? 100% increased power, but anyway, that doesn't really matter too much. We could put the what do you call them, the visual, not the visuals, the numbers on, and see just how well it works compared to not working. Again, we start off with unconventional start and weapon experts. So we start with guided missiles and we get a free level up in the very beginning, so that's pretty cool. And I'm just going to turn numbers on for this one because I want to see what happens with impactful. I want to see what they mean by how close it is to the target at the point of impact. So we'll see what that works. We do the typical, we're going to go grab 2 impactful, 2 demolition. But so far it looks like it does the same amount of damage regardless of where it's hitting. So we're looking at about, 31k on crits. So that's fine. We'll see once we get the impactful just what the difference is between them. But you can see just because of the way that the actual skill works, how much damage it does. Also, our Ascension gives us block power. One of the only characters in the game to get block power as a Ascension upgrade. So when you have your Ascension active, you get multiplicative block. We get armor, movement speed, and critical damage. But we wouldn't need the critical damage since we already got so much of that. Okay, crit chance is nice, but we did get a cast frequency over there, so we will grab that. We won't get rid of any of these until we know what it is that we're running for the actual skill, but we don't need anything with regards to our Ascension because we actually not going to run any, not worry about our Ascension. It's actually not that good for this specific build, but there are times where it's going to come in handy for some other builds I've got planned for the future. All right. Let's go for Merciless, Lethality, get rid of that again, some more Merciless, Magnetics. We got the cast frequency, so we know we don't need Relentless because we got a lot of cast frequency on the skills already, so we can get rid of Relentlesses when we see them. Grab ourselves a bit of armor, and we're good. Runes will be in the description if I didn't say them, which I probably didn't, but I mean, by now you should know that it's the same from every single other build that I've played if you've been watching my videos for a long time. If not, they are in the description for you to know what it is that I'm running. Okay, I'm going to take it just because it's epic, but otherwise next time we are going to get rid of it because we don't need it. But when it's of epic quality, it's going to be good to grab. Just grab this, get all this juicy XP. And let's go for multicast. We don't need that. There's more cast frequency, so we don't need the relentless. Movement speed's going to be good. I don't know if area of effect affects it, so we have to wait and see. We do get damage, which means that we can get rid of our other powerful strikes. And let's keep going. Some more damage, that's what we love to see. We're sitting on 140,000 crit over there. If it's the point of impact, it's going to be very powerful because this literally guides onto the enemy. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. More of that will take us swift, yes please. Having more dashes is always necessary. The one thing I don't see us having yet, and I'm hoping it is what we get, is multicast chance. So far we've only seen cast frequency and damage, but I'm hoping to see some multicast from the skills, but so far we don't have anything, which is a bit worrying. We're already on 90% magnetic. 450% XP radius. Okay, last boss. Do you know what's doing the most damage, which actually is a little bit upsetting, is our Plasma Sentry. So we get an artifact power, a Plasma Sentry that deals fragility or applies fragility. And it seems like that is doing quite a lot of damage to the enemies, which isn't very good for, you know, the damage numbers of our guided missile. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's not actually bad either. At least we got something to carry us. But it not being the skill is a problem. It's supposed to be the skill that's doing the most amount of damage, not our artifact powers. If we wanted to run a lot of artifact power damage, we would have done a skill chain build as well to get as many sentries up as possible. Alright, but here's the first thing. Sometimes starting off with the Demolition Expert is much better, but ooh, there we go. Okay, so it's an epic power-up. We do get a double one, which is great. And then the fact that it doesn't get to the expansive is quite interesting. It does make me wonder how it works and whether or not it's actually really bad on the skill to get area of effect or not. But yeah, as you can see, we've got a lot of our turrets over here already. I think like 3 out of 5 of them, or there's only 2 now. But yeah, if we take a look at the skill breakdown, it's the Plasma Sentry doing all the damage, so pretty bad. Okay, every time we apply that, no, we're looking for the impactful, so we go from 100% based on how close they are up to 400%. It will tell us over here, so that 200... What? That's weird. Okay. Why? I think it's broken. I don't think anyone's really tested this one, so we'll have to maybe show that to the developers, because I think the maths there is a little bit off. Just a tad bit. So I don't feel like the damage has changed. See, the problem is this does direct damage as well, so that's going to get a lot of damage from the Devastation as well. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's crack-a-lacking, but we should be fine. I want to grab a bit of expansive. I want to see if area of effect makes a difference, if maybe it hits multiple enemies around it. That's obviously going to make it a little bit stronger as well. So we'll grab a bit of area of effect. We'll take a look and see if that makes anything that little bit better. Otherwise, yeah. Otherwise, I mean, we're still having a very easy time here, so I'm not too worried about being able to finish it or not. It's more about, oh, the skill didn't actually do that much damage. So grab those. Lethalities, obviously. Movement speed's good. Big damage numbers there. And a bit of block chance as well. As soon as we get this as well, we get quite a decent amount of block and armor. So 45% and 50% chance to block. So 50% chance to block is pretty decent, especially since block is so much more powerful than armor. Okay, we do have 4 dashes. Pity this is a boss fight. I'm gonna re-roll actually. Go for that. Let's do more re-rolling. Aptitude to prowess is pretty decent, and another expansive. Still don't really see the... Oh, maybe. Maybe there's some benefits to it. What I would like to see is like a legendary upgrade where you can increase the amount of projectiles it shoots. So it shoots out 8, I believe it is. 4. So it only shoots out 4. It would be really cool to see it shoot out maybe 8 or get a +2 to the amount of projectiles. Just to kind of fit in. I mean, summons get +2. So why can't we get a +2 to the amount of projectile shot as well for some skills like this one? You can make it super rare, you can do whatever, but try and give us a little bit more to these unique skills. I don't know if area of effect is helping it or not. We are on 100% critical strike chance, which is great. But I think most of the damage is coming from our plasma sentries, which is not cool. This might work or be stronger against bosses, but because we don't have, because of only being able to hit a certain amount of targets at the same time. So it could be quite strong against bosses, but right now it doesn't feel too strong. Also, why do I only have... Oh, it's because the one objective's hidden over here. Alright, Merciless is good. Grab Merciless and crit. Damage, actually, I'll need to keep re-rolling. We do get Resilience as well. So even more armor power, which is fantastic. And then I don't know if... Yeah, you see, it's very difficult to see. Because I don't think... I think it is doing decent amount of damage. And it's not necessarily the plasma tower doing all the damage. Although we do get a plasma tower quite quickly. Is it what, every 20? Yeah, it's every 20. That's crazy. Okay. Last objective, taking a bit of time because we got really bad RNG here, but it's okay, these things happen. Alright, let's grab these. Damage, oops, I should have kept the cast frequency because we do actually want it lower than 0.9. But let's keep going. Every 1 second we fire off 4 missiles. What's really nice about this is we don't have to worry about visuals because it's literally just the skill that we're using. So we just got to dodge. Okay, something hit me there. Yeah, it's definitely the sentry turret doing the most amount of damage. Oh, it's not. Okay, perfect. So I don't know if the tooltip is a little bit messed up or what the story is, but we definitely got a lot more damage coming through there. You have a chance to gain more. Nope, we're looking for the devastation. Perfect, and now we go grab another impactful. We'll see if it goes up even more or not, or what the story with it is, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm super happy that the guided missile, ooh, up to 2 mil, 3 mil damage now. That's amazing. Alright, our damage just like far higher. It just shows you how much of a difference the devastation or demolition expert makes when you're playing the game. Not as quick as some skills, but definitely satisfying. And it's one of those that you can have your visuals on 100% the entire time. But I've always wanted to try and play with the skill as a single skill focus, and here we are doing it. So, you know, it's really funny to get these skills going. Alright, multicast works. Go for all the damage numbers on there. I'm actually going to get rid of that. We'll go Merciless, that's fine. We don't need the multicast either. Movement speed, we'll get a little bit more. but we're going to look at getting just the cast frequency and upgrades to the guided missile as much as possible, because we want it to have the most amount of damage. So upgrading it as much as possible is definitely going to be the way to do it. But also remember, this isn't like an amazing skill. It doesn't stack any damage or skill in any way, shape or form. So that's why we're doing it on a single void, sigil of the void. It's not going to be able to do anything more, at least in my eyes. I mean, especially if the plasma sentry turret is doing something bit more in the beginning of the run. Although I'm happy we had the plasma sentry to do that damage for us. Alright, grab that. And we just need to do one more. We'll just grab the ghosts. We've got plenty of dashes to run away from them. We've got plenty of life. Grab some block charts. Because just in case, you know, you never know. And here we go again. Alright. HP is good. Merciless. We don't have a lot of rerolls, so we won't use that many, but there we go. And I think we can get rid of the magnetic now, just so we stop seeing it. And grab that over there. Definitely giving us more and more damage. Okay, it took a little bit more time, but that's okay. And we get the impactful bonus again. And we're going to take a look at it. Where is it? Over here. Still only 350%. So it went up even a different amount. So it's just really weird. I don't know. But anyway, it's whatever. It's actually going up. So that's the most important part. But yeah, it's all weird and wonderful. It doesn't increase the damage as much as the devastation does, which is quite sad. But it is what it is. So, I mean, some of the hits would... I mean, you can actually see that it does make a difference depending on where it impacts. So sometimes it deals 4 million, sometimes it's a couple of 100,000. Unless that's the sentry. And I just didn't see. Okay.
For the Titan's puzzle.
A lot of levels to get. Only 0.7. We'll grab one more move. Maybe 150% movement speed's not too bad. I'm sure I just clicked on the multicast and I forgot to lock the cast frequency there, but whatever. More multicast. More lethality, 200% lethality, and movement speed. That's it. We're actually going to banish the rest of it. We're at a very comfortable amount of movement speed, so I don't need more. 2, 4 is only 12. We need another 3 somewhere along the lines. This should be done. There we go. And there's a 2 down there. Not what we're looking for. We're looking for 3. But it is what it is.
Another piece is mine. Soon, Mr. Titan.
At least they're nice quick ones. So
more void pieces for the Titan.
And then what is this one over here? Ended off on a boss fight. Why not? It should be an easy boss fight anyway when it's a 1-star objective, I guess. I'm hoping we didn't make a mistake by going for the impactful first, because sometimes it does make quite a big difference to your damage if you grab impactful first and then the devastation second. So we'll see, because obviously this boss is harder than any of the others, but we do get a lot of multicast and cast frequency upgrades over there, so we're quite happy with this. Let's see, cast frequency, yep, damage as well, beautiful. All these things add up. So we're just going to grab them, and obviously grabbing Merciless as well. So 818% crit damage with nearly 200% critical strike chance. And we also got aptitude and prowess. So we should have quite a lot of damage going forward, but you know, that is what it is if we don't. Stay away from the beam. We actually might have had movement speed there to not even have to worry about their attack, so we can actually move out of the way of the attack. Not that attack, but all the other attacks. Okay, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. So, Shattered to prowess. We do apply Shattered. How do we apply Shattered, actually? Something here applies Shattered and I didn't even know about it. Is it possible it's this? Unless we got Shattered in our skill tree. We probably got Shattered in the skill tree. But it's either the skill tree or it's his Ascension and it just doesn't mention it. The devs like to hide some negative effects or debuffs in the Ascensions of all the characters. Like the Machinist applies Brittled, Fragility, all those juicy things. I think it gets Radiance as well, and some crazy stuff there. So the Prismatic Cannon actually has like 4 negative effects or 4 debuffs that it applies onto enemies, and it doesn't mention it on the tooltip. So yeah, but it is a part of the guide that is out there, the Google spreadsheet. I believe it has been updated as well to include Titan passives and things like that as well. So you know, if you do have that Google document or don't have it, it will be linked down in the description, but it's definitely going to give you some really good information there. Obviously I'll double check the copy that I have does have the latest information, but as far as I know, it is a file that's shared, so it's not like I can edit it. You need permission to edit it. And then because it's a Google document, obviously anyone who has the document will get the brand new updates when they are edited and things like that. Okay, lots of damage now, a lot more damage, 30 million I'm seeing now in numbers, which is amazing. So damage went from about 4 mil to 30 million, and that's mostly the devastation. I'm seeing 12 million actually. More often. Okay, quite a bit of battle power, potency, battle proficiency. I wonder if we can find more of those, but let's go grab cast speed, obviously damage, multicasting. We don't need the movement speed anymore. I guess some defenses is better than none. We do still have rerolls. I mean, we can use all of our rerolls because it's not going to matter anymore. There's nothing we need to grab. Once we beat the boss here, we're done. So we should be able to actually, you know, do that. Just use all our rerolls. Let's just do the fight here. What the heck. Alright, so the sound is sounding really whack, but that's probably because we're on a really low cooldown with a really high multicast chance as well. So the skill's trying to multicast as much as possible, but it isn't allowing it to, I guess. I don't know, it just sounds really whack. We'll grab one of those and then just damage and more multicast. It's actually quite crazy that we got so much multicast going off. 0.5 seconds, 10k damage, 8% aptitude gained. So we actually gained quite a lot of aptitude. I do want to see what our aptitude number goes up to while we're doing this. From a single skill, we're gaining nearly 300 stacks, 250. So we actually on 1,200 and something critical damage, which is pretty big. I'm not gonna lie, that's a decent amount of damage. I actually do see Shattered, so we do have Shattered somewhere. Alright, this is the Void King one, so we do have to fight the Void King. I completely forgot. Void King is usually easier than the actual Arcane Weaver, so I'm not too worried about damage. It will take us a little bit of time. But I think we'll be fine. As long as we're able to stay on top of the target, it looks like we do far more damage. Alright, perfect. So we're going to get the damage cast frequency, you know, the usual. And to go from there. Resilience is actually pretty good here, so we will grab that. And then we're looking for the damage, cast frequency, and movement. Beautiful. And let's see if we can beat him. I'm sure we can. I don't see why we couldn't. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to defeat the Void King pretty easily. We have our Ascension up, which also means we got quite a lot of block power. 53% and 60% armor reduction, or damage reduction, sorry, from armor, which is great. Obviously it does give us a lot of survivability. And this is without even affecting the amount of drops we're getting from enemies for this kind of stuff. So we're in a pretty good spot. Oops, except for when we actually get hit by something, which I have no idea what happened there. But that's okay too, I guess. Alright. Okay. Also I got bugged out. I think the biggest problem while fighting his second phase share is that we can't get close to him. As soon as we can, that does a lot more damage. Which just reiterates the importance of the impactful trait. And it's not that it's difficult, it's just that most of our damage comes from being within melee range to him, so we just need to be careful. There we go. Let's go do the last round. Grab all of our upgrades over there. The only thing we need to be careful of is his slam attack, like so, but we got quite a lot of movement options for that, so not too worried about it. We see Dash has an R-frame, so we could actually chill on top of him, and when he uses a skill, just dodge. We do have a problem though, he has those balls there. There we go. So we could dodge there. I'm going to try to do it with his melee attack, so we can see if we're able to just get out of the way using that. No, bad timing. But anyway, we had the lives, we managed to do it. It was pretty interesting, a pretty fun little build. Obviously we had the damage, which is fantastic because you know, we wanted to do the amount of damage that we did. And over here, you'd grab something like Fragility, even though we got it on the Plasma Sentry turret, but whatever. We managed to do it, 2158. Let me know what you guys thought about it. We actually did do the most amount of damage with the guarded missiles as well, so that is fantastic. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.